5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Zeus says most of the girls at Utah A&M are Mormon. Well, at least they claim to be. But once the toga comes off and they see my lightning rod, they're just like any other girls.
Lightning rod. Welcome to the Scafachiverse.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Scafachiverse. It's another episode of the Scafachiverse podcast, and thank you for being here. I am Anthony Scafachi, along with my co-host,
Alan Gigax.
and we are going to bring you, 30 minutes or so of free entertainment.
That's a fargan bargain.
It is,
And dude,
dude.
thank God you were doing the intro today because in my head, I had the old name Chamber.
Were you about to yell?
Dude,
Yeah.
I am. We're not going to dead name this podcast.
I kind of, I kind of miss it, to be honest with you.
I do too.
Yeah,
It was fun.
Yeah, maybe you could just randomly drive past my house and just yell it in the middle of the night. It'd make me smile. I'd be very happy.
That is funny.
Yeah. So Al, we're gonna get things going today. We have our Just a Tip segment. Do we have a sponsor for today?
We do.
Yeah,
the sponsor for the Just the Tip segment is Busted Nut Face and Body Lotion.
Nice.
This episode of Balls Deep is sponsored by Busted Nut Face Lotion. No fillers, no preservatives, no additives, just our nuts on your face.
Hey, wait, they sponsored the whole episode or just
No,
the tip?
I'm saying just the tip. Is
Wait,
that what I said?
No,
Did I
you
say
said
the episode?
You said the whole episode.
I'm sorry, dude. I meant to say just the tip.
Yeah,
Oh,
look-
you know why? Because in the copy it says this episode.
Okay.
And you got to read the copy as the advertisers send it, or the advertisers get mad.
Yeah,
And
okay.
you don't want Busted Nut to be mad.
No, we don't want any of our
No,
advertisers. Dude,
you wouldn't like to think what would happen.
We're not even afloat yet, and we can't afford to lose.
Yeah,
sponsors,
exactly.
So.
That is
okay.
exactly
So give
right.
us the tip, Al.
Okay, so the tip is, teach from what you know. Okay. And I am an avid hiker in my spare time. And so when somebody is climbing, did I already give this one about touch? Oh, I didn't
absolutely.
remove that. Okay, well then,
Yeah.
in that case, because we're in Las Vegas, I'm going to give another gambling tip.
Okay.
Because, what the hell?
Yeah.
Here we are. All right. There are no good bets in Vegas, right? Every bet is a losing bet. That's by design. But the shit that they put out in the front, the shit that they put with lights on it and
Yeah,
like
the most
draw your
bells and
attention.
whistles,
Yeah, the most bells and whistles. That's the worst bets that there are. Like when you go into the pit, which is where all the like live gaming is, there's one that's right out in front, and it is the worst odds out of any live table gaming.
Is it roulette?
It's not.
Okay.
No, roulette's only 5.25%. Although now those motherfuckers started doing 000 roulette.
Those are fucking bad.
Dude, it's bullshit.
This
Hey,
is number one bullshit.
That's right.
Yeah.
But down at the plaza, they have 0 roulette. There's only 1 0 on the wheel. Now, that's a good... I mean, you still lose, but not as much.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
so
000
what's the
fucking
worst
triples it. Oh, the worst bet. It's a new game that the casino invented.
It's called Fuck You.
Yeah, so that you could win less money. It's called 3-card poker.
3-card poker.
And of
Okay.
all the table games, that one has the biggest house advantage.
Isn't that kind of like Pai Gow poker?
No, Pai Gow poker has a really low house
Okay.
advantage, actually. Yeah. Most of the time you tie in Pai Gow
so
poker.
three-card poker is when they put 2 cards out, they deal you 3, you make the best.
I haven't played it because I'm not a fucking sucker.
Okay.
And I don't appreciate the implication.
Okay, so don't play 3-card poker.
Don't play 3-card poker.
All right, is that
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, and the side bets too. The side, like when you're playing blackjack and they got the little side bets, and that seems nice. Yeah, those are sucker bets. Those
Okay.
are the ones that take your money away.
All right.
Yeah, don't be a fucking idiot.
What about buying a beer for like $16.50 for a Coors
Oh,
Light?
dude, that's great.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
by
fine.
all means, yeah. Or dude, at the Cosmopolitan,
Yeah.
they did nachos. That it was like a scandal when they first opened. That in their sports book they had nachos, and it was literally like 8 tortilla chips with little nacho toppings on top of each one, just like the triangle tortilla chips.
Yeah,
regular
I
size.
know what you're talking about.
And it was like $28.
You got to be fucking kidding
Dude,
me.
it was scandalous.
Yeah, they might just kick you in the nuts. That
Yeah,
would
and
be
they're like,
better.
oh, we're trying to innovate and give customers designs that they'll like. And yeah,
Wait, the
dude.
fuck they are.
The fuck they are.
All right.
So,
okay. Well, thank you to Busted Nut.
Yes,
And thank
absolutely.
you, Al, for the tip. That was a good one. I enjoyed it.
I'm very
and
helpful.
Now I've got something for you. I'm going to give you a gift.
Oh, what's that?
We have a guest.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a guest, but not only that, we have a female guest.
Dude, that's rare.
Yeah, we've got ourselves a unicorn here.
Dude,
Right?
in gaming, there are very few. Very few.
girl gamers, but they're
Yeah.
only pretending to game so that you'll like.
follow their Twitch stream
Yeah,
or
and then they
whatever.
get paid
But
through
dude,
that.
I don't know if any of them play college football.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, no. There's there's very few. Okay.
All right, so get to it.
Okay, so this is our guest. This is Kaitlyn, everybody. Hey, Kaitlyn, how you doing?
Hey, how are we doing today?
We're
right.
doing good.
Yeah,
So,
buddy.
Kaitlyn, where are you located?
I live in Ohio.
Ohio. Okay.
I drive a truck for a living though, so I'm in 48 states.
Do
The
you-
road is your mistress,
do you-
or you're the road's mistress.
Do you pretty much live on the road? Like you have
no,
a
I mean,
house,
I'm-
but
I'm
you
home,
live in and out of the truck kind of thing?
I'm home a couple days a week.
Okay.
Oh, that's not too bad. But you truck over the road?
Where would you
Yeah,
go under
yeah,
the road?
I mean,
No.
the company I'm at now is more like a regional, but like I've gotten my furthest with this company has been about 1,500 miles.
Oh, that's a good stretch. Hey, it's not Swift, is it?
No, I
Okay.
started out at Swift back
Right.
20 years ago, but you wouldn't catch me dead there now.
Yeah, exactly. So, Anthony, my father-in-law was an over-the-road trucker for his whole career.
Okay, I don't know the terminology. What?
Yeah, so
Over
over the
the
road
road.
means like you have a local trucking. Well, Kaitlyn, you're more expert to address
Yeah,
this. What's the
so-
difference with
so you
over
got-
the road?
You got over the road, regional, and then like local. So your over the road is the ones that are it's coast to coast. You might have short runs that are like 300 miles, but you might have 3,000-mile runs.
Okay.
Where your regionals is more like you stay in a 4, 5, 6 states. And then local, you're just home every day.
Okay, fair enough. So it would be more accurate to say my father-in-law was a regional trucker.
Okay.
But regardless, Swift, you've seen like the white trailers that just say Swift. They are universally derided by truckers as
Why?
being the shittiest drivers. Caitlin, you wanted to chime in?
Well, if they can back into you, they will. There's that.
Like on purpose?
So-
Oh my
No,
god.
because they don't know what the
Like,
fuck they're doing.
You would think, like, I don't know. It's a running thing where I mean, if you park somewhere and there's an open spot next to you, you are terrified because it could be a Swift that parks there.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, now I know. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Dude, and when I see like on trucking Facebook groups,
Yeah.
which for whatever reason come up, and there's like a truck turned over on the side of the road,
It's always like a
always
Swift
in the
truck?
comments. Oh, that's got to be a Swift driver.
Well, so what are they just
Yeah,
like?
there's-
No
And
training.
the
They just,
acronyms.
you know.
Oh,
Have you
what's the
heard some of
acronym?
the
Yeah.
acronyms?
No, tell me.
Swing wide, it's a fucking trailer. I finished
Nice.
training.
Yep.
It's D Werner. I finished training.
Oh, dude.
There's just a
Yeah,
there's a ton of them.
that makes sense. Yeah, it's like when you're first starting out, you just barely got your trucking license.
That you go work
and
for
you go
Swift.
work for Swift.
Okay,
yeah.
and then you graduate to like a
Yeah,
better
to
one.
a better
So,
one,
like,
yeah.
Okay, all right. I like it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
dude. All right, so we got the hot trucking talk out of the way.
Yeah,
now.
well, dude, this is good stuff.
Yeah,
man. I like
it's
you.
dude. It's the first trucker we've had on,
Yeah,
so we got to make use
and,
of it.
And in the Scafachiverse,
Dude, okay,
we can
what
talk about
about
anything. It's
that's
great.
right. Okay, good.
Well, and
because
it's-
go ahead.
Being a gamer and a trucker bring special I will figure out the end of my day to somewhere that has good cell service.
Okay,
because I
yeah.
wanna play games.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense because if you're going to stream or play online, then you need that signal.
So do you just always park next to like a Starbucks or something? That's what I would do, right? Don't they have free Wi-Fi and it's like really good?
Those parking spots are a little small though for.
Oh yeah, that's a good
truck.
point.
Fuck everyone else. Just park the truck.
Hey, she's no Swifty.
just
Yeah,
just
so
buddy
do
right
you
up there.
use
you
like
know?
with Starlink for your internet, or you just use like 5G?
I use my cell, and
Okay.
then I have actually I have a cell that I've dedicated to that.
It's like
and
a
then,
hotspot.
Yeah, it's actually cheaper and runs better if you just have a dedicated cell line, like if it's
Oh.
an iPhone.
Okay, good to know, dude. For all you remote
and then-
gamers out there.
Yeah.
And then I just I bought an extra 100 gigs of hotspot per month,
Nice.
and I've never hit it.
I was gonna say, is that a lot?
Yeah, that sounds like a lot. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. So, can you play like college football online through your hotspot?
Oh yeah.
And are you playing
As
on like a
long as-
PS5 or an Xbox or a Portal? What are you doing?
Oh, Xbox. Look at you. PS5.
There we go. Yeah, we all play that.
Well,
yeah.
dude, I got all kinds of questions. So how,
Yeah, I got questions too.
I'm not
yeah.
a trucker, so how do you power it? Do you just have like outlets inside
an
the
in-
truck?
there's an inverter where I've got power outlets, and I mean, the industry now is so much different than when I started. It's I mean,
What size TV can you play on? You got like an
No,
85
dude,
inch?
haven't
there?
you seen the trucks
No.
that have the big like cab behind them?
No, I have not.
Dude, it's like an RV inside.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, Kaitlyn, tell
Yeah.
us what your setup is.
Yeah.
So that dumb people like
mean, I'm just
Anthony can
gonna-
follow along.
Yeah, please.
I have a TV mount, and I have like a 20-inch TV.
Okay.
But like at home, when I come home, that's one of the nice things is I go home and I've got a 65 that I play on. So
Damn.
it's like,
Yeah. Okay, so inside, in the back, in the sleeper of your truck, that's where like the bed is, the TV is, the PlayStation is plugged in there. So you got the whole setup back there.
Yeah, and it's funny. The PlayStation has to be strapped down like 3 ways from Sunday, or else it goes flying.
Yeah, I would say like
driving
you'd have to,
around. Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
you'd have to like make all these extra accommodations to make sure things like stay, you
Right.
know, like working.
Dude, do you have 2 controllers? And like, if you had 2 controllers, you'd probably be like the most popular trucker.
Yeah, you could just
at
be
the,
like-
at the pilot.
Yeah, you could shark people. You know, you could like,
I don't like people.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I don't want anybody in my truck.
That's
you know.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, your truck is like your little cocoon.
I
It's
mean,
your,
just
your
imagine
private
if I'm
place.
in the truck stop inviting people back to my truck, I'm gonna get the wrong people.
yeah, that's a good point.
People are gonna think you're a lot lizard.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, guy, they're a great point. And I guess like now that I think of it, my father-in-law, his dislike of people, one person in particular who he was married to, is a big part of why he was also an over-the-road or a regional trucker.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
that makes sense.
there are individuals that I like, but I hate people.
All right, yeah,
that's
fair enough.
Fair. Okay.
All right, cool. So yeah, so you
I hate
played-
Alan, so it's okay.
Yeah, dude, and yet here we are.
Yes.
Right. Dude, so this room is not that far off in size from like
Really?
a big sleeper cab.
This is 110 square feet.
Okay, so it's a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know how many square feet your sleeper is, Kaitlyn?
I don't. I know it's the 70-inch condo, but I don't know like what that.
Okay. Yeah,
Turns
I don't know
into-
what that. Well, it's probably 70 inches one way and like however wide a truck is the other way. So yeah, it's pretty good sized. So, do you own your own truck?
Not at the moment,
Okay.
but I'm actually switching carriers. And I just I'm opening up my own company.
Oh my
that
god.
Nice. All right.
I'm leasing it on with a different company, so
Okay.
like I won't have to have all the authority and all that stuff. But
Okay. Aren't those trucks cost like $300,000 or something?
yeah, they're up to there.
Dude.
You can get up to 400 or 500 if you get something big with the bells and whistles. But
Man. Yeah, all right.
that's
Okay.
that's if you buy new. But I mean, it's like if you buy a new car now, it's 70,000.
Yeah, that's a good
good point,
point.
yeah.
All right. So that's enough trucker talk.
Okay,
Now
yeah.
we'll get into our topic.
All right. Yeah, it's okay. No, this
Yeah.
was good. It was interesting. So okay. So I was cruising.
No, I got one more thing as it turns out.
Go ahead.
Because
You motherfucker.
you know,
swear to
I
God.
would be afraid. I got scarred as a kid by Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And
Large
I think,
Marge?
yeah, exactly. You see like a lady trucker comes over to pick you up and you're hitchhiking. You think, oh, this is nice. At least this person's not going to murder me probably. But then I got that Large Marge, that deep trauma that scared the fuck out of me, man. that got me good.
Yeah, I'm glad we segued
Yeah.
for that.
And she looked just like this.
I am so glad that we. I'm so glad we stopped.
Oh, you're right.
comparing me to
Stop
Large
everything.
Marge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stop
no.
everything to compare me to Large Marge.
Oh,
Thanks. I love
the
it.
lady truckers. Oh, but not you though.
Yeah.
Okay. Go
All
on,
right,
Anthony.
So I was, as you know, most people probably don't. That I picked up a side gig, right, to try to basically expand the podcast to another page. Okay, so I started modding on some other competitor page. I won't name it. And on there, I was looking for people to kick out of the group.
Okay.
Right, because they
It's one of your
are-
great joys in our group.
Yes,
is
it's
in
scammers.
the
Getting rid of
headquarters
scammers and
page.
Nigerians. Dude, this group was fucking infested. Like infested.
The other group that you went to
yeah,
help mod.
Right,
Yeah.
it's just infested. And so one of the things I'll do is I'll look through the people in the group and I'll start searching names that usually come up as Nigerian names.
Okay.
And I'll sometimes just like a combination of 3 letters, but you get all these
Yeah.
people, right?
Okay.
And as I was going, I saw Kaitlyn's profile. And I was like, oh, that's probably fake.
Of
because
course.
it usually is, right?
Yeah, because
not a
there's
lot
no
of
women
females.
in these
Exactly,
groups. Yeah.
right. And so I click on it, and then one of the other things I'll do is click and see have they had any activity.
Right.
Well, right away I saw a couple of posts, and one of them caught my eye, and
Okay.
it was Kaitlyn was trying to arrange an all-female league for college football.
Dude, that's
and
cool.
so I immediately reached out and I said, hey, were you ever able to get this league going? And I explained who I was, right? And so Kaitlyn said, no, I wasn't able to. And so we just started talking. I was like, well, I still think it'd be good to get you onto the podcast because it's so rare that female gamers, right?
Yeah.
And so she told me that she was actually in Select Talent and helped run some of their leagues.
Is that Ty's league?
No, Jesus fucking Christ, dude! You have the
I
word.
asked
It's
that every
Anthony
time.
Jarvis.
Okay, he
and
came
Matt
on
Olson.
to the
Yeah.
pod. Matt Olson came on
remember,
the podcast.
Yeah, so
of course I
she
remember
was
that.
helping them, and then there was another league that she was the commissioner in.
Okay.
right? Or I'm not sure if the owner or the commissioner.
All right, well,
anyway,
let's talk to her.
Right. So how was it in Select Talent? How were you treated there?
So I was treated pretty, pretty decent. The upper management, as far as, well, I don't care about. So Matt was would be around for like a couple days while things were going on, and then we wouldn't hear from him for like a month.
Okay.
So things kind of went sideways, a couple times. We, as commissioners, we got a pretty good friend group together, and then we had our own league that was running for a while, and we're actually at the tail end of that. I'm the last one. I'm still running it, but it's just me, and it's barely going. So, and I think the thought is we're gonna do it again in 26, but 25's pretty much run its course.
Yeah, people are starting to burn on 25, getting ready for 26 to come out.
I didn't want to end the season in the middle of the season, so I at least wanted to get to the end of the season.
Sure. So I think more of what Anthony was kind of wanting to get into is, do you feel like because you're a woman, when people play against you, they treat you differently, they react differently, they play differently?
So one thing is,
Yep.
I'm kind of the unicorn of unicorns because I'm trans.
Okay.
So I've only had one person that was really a problem, and I ended up quitting a league mostly due to that.
And that's shitty.
But
yeah.
and it's one of those. I can hold my own. I pretty much phrased it in a way that it was like he was the third grader that was picking on me because he secretly had a crush on me and he couldn't really.
Nice. Yeah. So this brings up an interesting. You may have an even more interesting perspective because I don't know when you transitioned, but did you game both as presenting male and presenting female?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you can. You're like the perfect, right? So you're like the perfect case study of how you were treated presenting male versus female.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like some of the different, I don't go into chat much because, like in a random game, not so much college because you usually know you're playing,
right?
But just a random game, and before it would be game was over. If I got a message, it was somebody talking shit, wanting to continue the shit talk.
Right.
But I swear, if you go into a Call of Duty game with a female name and you don't talk, you will end up with somebody in your DMs every other game.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine.
They're trying to meet their wife, I swear.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the dream. Sure. I imagine. Well, part of the deal is I met my wife hiking.
Sure.
And that was great because I love hiking. I meet her hiking. She loves hiking too. And so that's something that we have right off the bat that we can bond with. And maybe guys are hoping that that's what will happen with gaming.
Well, look, if my wife was into gaming,
yeah.
Living the dream wouldn't even be.
Yeah, right.
She's
exactly.
My wife is pretty awesome in a lot of ways, right? But there's that one line that she's just not into it, and she's not even gonna humor me or anything like that. That's
right.
just
Yeah,
not
but
somewhere.
you have to have something that's yours, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Not in a marriage. I mean,
Yeah, not in Anthony's marriage.
no, I don't have, my socks are barely mine. But anyway, it's just one of those things. So yeah, I can see why, and I know, like, I see on Twitch and YouTube and stuff, there are there's girl gamers, and like I said, they're usually like this really attractive young girl, and she's got pink hair, and she's got the whole gamer girl like starter kit set up. And I'm like, this fucking girl can't play for shit. But it doesn't matter. That's not what she's there for. She's there because that market is so thirsty that they'll fucking do anything. She's probably getting paid fucking buku to
so
just
Kaitlyn, that's
sit there
what
and hold the controller. Right?
That's what you're encountering is these thirsty gamer dudes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm just there to play. I'm not trying to meet.
Sure.
They're like, oh, how you doing? I'm like, there's no way you live within 500 miles of me. What are you even trying to get?
Hey, but you might be passing through. Lonely through, trucker passing through.
Yeah. So have you? Because I've yet to do it, and I play online fairly often. Have you encountered a female college football gamer yet? Another one?
Not one. Even when I was trying to search people out.
Kaitlyn is just fucking trudging through that Sahara desert looking for.
Yeah, I tried. Because I really wanted to make that happen. Have maybe an 8-player all girls league.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And I think it'd make awesome content.
It would.
Personally, I think it would make awesome content.
I agree completely, which is why you were so intrigued by it, Anthony.
Absolutely, because I'm always looking to like mine for where can we find good content.
Anthony, when you look at our group, what do we have, like 75,000 members, something like that? 70,000,
just under 74,000 or something.
Oh, okay, I was
just
way
under
off.
75.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
it's in that neighborhood.
Yeah. So if you had to guess how many women that aren't spammers, actual like female profiles, how many are in our group?
Well, definitely less than 100. I would say it's probably less than 50 because some, and I've noticed that some people in our group, they've invited their wives into the group, like by invite.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it's maybe so that they could share whatever's going on at the headquarters.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
Maybe they're trolling. They're looking for another dude to do the devil's three-way.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I have gone on there like, hey, are there any female gamers? Because I tried to organize a league for them.
Right.
Fucking crickets. Right.
Yeah.
Like zero. And so it's something that, and I understand it's the genre of game, but like Call of Duty has female gamers.
Right.
I've played with a bunch of them.
Well, and the thing is with, like I know a bunch of girls that love college football.
Yeah. But
I know a bunch of girls that love games. I just don't know anyone who loves any girl that loves college football games.
Yeah. I'm telling
that's
you.
interesting.
I mean, I don't even know
Venn
if Madden
diagram.
has any. Maybe Madden.
So,
I doubt
Kaitlyn, let's talk about college football for a little bit. You said you're from Ohio. Are you a Buckeyes fan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
OH.
Yeah, I learned that when I went to Columbus.
Oh, you
dude,
fucking...
it's complicated.
Yeah. You got to get that time right.
And
I became a fan in the Cooper era, though, so I'm not a bandwagon because I was used to being disappointed in losing to Michigan.
There you go. Yeah, that's brutal.
That's where my hatred of Michigan comes. My son doesn't understand the hatred of Michigan because what he's known has been wins until the last few years.
Right, yeah. Ohio State's been pretty dominant in that rivalry. So what about when you're playing? Do you play as Ohio State or do you use other teams?
If I'm playing road to college football playoff or in select talent, I was Ohio State. But I've been Penn State, Notre Dame, Alabama, and Georgia in different dynasties. At one point I had like 7 dynasties.
Okay,
wow.
So you definitely stick to the top tier teams. You know talent when you see it.
Well, we had a Division II where I was Cincinnati.
Oh, there you go, the Bearcats.
Yeah, and they're like mid-tier. They're like in a tier 2, tier 3 range. So
there you go.
So of the leagues that you're in, have you won any of them or made the playoffs or what's the story? You made it to the championships?
I've been to the semifinal. I've won conference, but I haven't never made it past semifinal.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
still pretty
dude,
good.
that's
I've yet
pretty
to make
strong.
the playoffs in any of my dynasties.
Yeah, same
So-
here. I barely make bowl games most of the time.
Yeah.
But see,
so-
I get yelled at a lot because like I'm old school, so I'm running. I run the I formation.
Yeah,
and
fuck
Yeah,
it's
buddy.
3 yards in a cloud of dust, and
Yep.
and people will get mad that run something different. It's like, well, I'm just, instead of running I form pro, I'm running
Dude,
switching
that's
things
it.
up. And,
Yeah, you don't like it, put 8 in the box.
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And as soon as you put 8 in the box, there's a play action over the top.
You're damn right.
I'll
dude.
send this fucking game back to the 80s.
Yeah,
you watch.
You're speaking Anthony's in my language, that's for sure. Yep, absolutely. All right, dude.
But
I think
I feel like we did it,
yeah.
man.
This really interesting conversation.
I was glad you finally made it because I was getting worried. I was like, fuck, we're gonna do another episode, but you made it in, and this is awesome, man. It's fucking great. So just like I was hoping, but we are gonna get to the main show sponsor now.
Yes.
Right, Al?
Right.
And do you have them ready?
I do.
Okay, who do we got today?
Today's show has been brought to you, the whole show,
Yeah,
not
the
just
entire
just
show,
the
yes.
tip. Yep.
Okay,
Has
the
been
big-
brought to you by the Dildonic Institute of Southern Nevada.
Nice.
The Dildonic Institute of Southern Nevada has been stretching the limits of science since 1963, probing deeply into the human sensory experience. From our humble beginnings in a garage in Pahrump, the dream began with little more than a repurposed tube sock and a hand crank egg beater. Now we're proud to offer the very latest in Dildonic technology. Visit our Las Vegas campus for a free tour of the laboratory or to become part of our exciting clinical trials. You're guaranteed to come again.
All right, that was awesome. That was a great. You did a fucking killer read on that one.
Dude,
you nailed it.
I felt it when I was reading it. That was
dude,
one of my
you
better
were
reads.
In fuego. Kid.
Yeah. Dude,
All
I
right.
had a lot of coffee this morning.
All right. Well,
Next episode, I am the great Cornholio.
nice.
Yes.
All right. So for Anthony Scafachi, for Kaitlyn, for Alan Gigax, this was a balls deep production of the Scafachi
There you go.
podcast. We are out.